Hello and welcome to Programming Rush. Today in this video we are going to learn about pointers. Pointers are a very important concept in C and C++, and in this tutorial we are going to learn about the theory, explanation and some examples related to pointers. So let us proceed. What is a pointer? Pointer in computer science is an object in many programming languages that stores a memory address. This can be that of another value located in computer memory, also in some cases that of memory mapped computer hardware. So without going in so much detail, let us understand that whenever we store any integer, any variable in our program, or initialize a variable in our program, the compiler allocates it a memory, and the memory always has an address. We can think that everything has an address, otherwise how will you store this variable? So for this example, here is an integer variable a that has the value of 5. Now this 5 is stored as a in the location #1004, and this is the address. This is very simple, that every element has an address which is like a hexadecimal in normal computers. So to access address of a variable, we use the ampersand operator that returns the address of variable. For example, and x gives the variable of x, and a will give the address of a, and here we can print it. So we can declare a pointer variable by adding a, this is the second part, we can declare a pointer by adding a star mark before its name. That means if we need to store the address in any variable, suppose we want to store the address of integer a, so we declare an integer pointer as int space star address, the name of variable. Address can be anything. I have written is addr equals to ampersand a. Okay, so this star mark denotes that it is a pointer. Now we can access the value of the value stored in the address. That means this address denotes some location. Now this location has some value, and we can access that value by putting star mark before this address, and this is also called referencing in the language of C and C++, but simply it is the value, and the value is, we can get the value as int value, means the value equals to star address. Now let us see the examples of each and everything. So now we are at our code editor. We are declaring a variable as 20. It will be cout, then %a, and then ending the line, and now it will be like, as you can see the output, it is 0x61ff0c. Now we want to store this address, so what we will do, we will declare an integer pointer by giving a star mark and then name it as anything. I'm naming it addr or address, and we are getting the address by putting the ampersand. Now let us again print the address to verify, yeah, it is same or not. It will be same, but then also I'm just printing. Let us see it, what it gives. Yeah, it is same. Now we want the value, so what we'll do, as we saw in our slides, we can put the star mark in front of our address pointer and get the value, and if you run our code, you will see it, the result. Yeah, we have declared 20, we got 20, and the addresses are same. So this is a very much basic part of our pointers. So how are pointers stored? When we declare a pointer when we declare a variable, so let's say a equals to 5, the address of variable is, we can store it in integer pointer, and it has some value. Now when we store the pointer, it again has some value. So this, for storing a pointer also, we assign some variable. In our code example, we have the address, and that address was stored in our memory, and that memory location is this. Okay, so everything that we declare are the addresses. Now pointer arithmetic. So pointer arithmetic gives us many features: incrementation, decrementation. An integer may be added to a pointer or subtracted from a pointer. So pointers are generally, arithmetic is generally performed on array. Means I want to say that if we add two pointers such as 0xc, this address and this address, what we will get is does not mean anything to us. But if we increment the pointer, we are going to the next value, next address. Means this is the address, the next address is this, the next address is this. So pointers are addresses. So if we increment the pointer, we are incrementing the position pointing address, and now it points to this 2, the address of 2. Next it will, when we increment the pointer, it points to the address of 5. Again we increment, it points to the address of variable 7. So arithmetic is generally performed on array. Coming in our code, we will declare a array arr. Now what I have written here, so this is a very important and very good feature of pointers, that arrays generally can be said as pointers, although in the end we will see a difference. But arrays can be declared as pointers, as we can see here. And what we mean by writing arr, doesn't means when we write just arr, nothing before it, nothing after it, that means we are pointing towards the 1. Okay, the address of 1. If we want to see, we can get it. So you can see that it first denotes the address of 1, and if you use this *1, we get the value. So writing arr means the address of the first element. Okay, and this is the pointer. So array in this way are known as pointers. So now what we can do, the same thing will happen with the pointer also, but I may show you that, but it will be the same thing. Let us run it again. Yeah, it is the same answer. Now what we can do, we can run a for loop. The size of array is 4, we know, and sorry, cout pointer the value of the pointer. Okay, very simple. Now what will happen when we are running the for loop, the cout will print the first element, and then what we can do, we can perform the incrementation operator. What is incrementing? Now what it will do, it will increment the pointing address. That means the address towards its pointing will change. That means that it is first at 1, then it will move to the address of 3, then 9, then 12. So yeah, so now it is 1, 3, 9, 12. So as we can see, so we are getting all the values of the array used with the help of pointer, and it will be the same thing if I do arr and arr and incrementing the arr. It will be the same thing, but now it is showing us like this. The expression must be a modifiable value. And why it is showing like that? Because it is an array and that was a pointer. So arr does not means anything itself, means we cannot do it directly on arr. These things won't work in arr, but in pointer we can do this. We can do this in pointer, but in arr we can't do this. Now what I'm going to show you here, that we can do it like this, as a plus I, okay, and arr plus I, without incrementing anything. Let us remove this code. And now what will happen, I'm going to show with output and then explain it. We are getting the array. And why is this happening? This is happening because this array plus I, that is 0, is nothing but the pointer, and it is pointing towards 1, and when I is 1 it is pointing toward index 1, that is 3, and this goes on. And in this way we can do the incrementation. Although this is not constant like thing, but means we are incrementing the pointer, that then again it will go back, not like that, but we can assign a value that is I, and that can point towards an address. And this is the main thing. That means we can do it like this, array plus 2, and what it will do, it will point towards 9. That means array means we are writing array plus 0, that is the first index. And this is the concept of pointers address. Now the application. So applications are very simple. We can do the passing by reference, we can do the pass by values to functions as reference, they are modified directly in functions. Says duplication of same data can return more than one value, dynamic memory allocation. So we can do these following things in pointers. So this was the pretty much things. Let us see an example where we will pass to the function and it will be modified directly. So now we are going to declare two variables, int a equals 5 and b equals 5. So what we are going to do here, we will print the a and b, sorry, let me give it a name, different value, and again print the value. Now the swap function will be declared by us. So we are going to declare the swap function, void swap, and we are going to take the addresses of int star a, int star b. And now what we are going to do, we are going to store the temporary value of a here, and then assign the value of b to value of a, and then we will assign the value of a with the help of 10 to the b, and this will be done with the help of values. Point addresses will remain same, and this was a very much simple thing. And we can see the values are reversed. This was a very simple application of pointers. Again, what we can do, we can pass an array with the help of pointer. Let us say we have a function void print int star arr, and what we can do, we can declare a array as 1, 2, 3, and then what we can call this print function and pass simply the array. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are going to run a for loop int and then arr 3, and then cout star arr and then increment the array. And now what is going to do it is going to print the values. Let us see it. Yeah, we are getting the values. So these were the applications of pointers. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share and comment, and subscribe Programming Rush. See you in the next video.